Is it on? I guess it is on. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I got on because I've been feeling really called to share a couple things that I use in my life to inspire me and to keep me motivated. You know, the thing is that life is full of challenges, yeah, and it gets a little rough out there. And last year, I've been studying numerology for 10 plus years or so. And last year, one of the elders in the community was talking to me, and he was drilling my knowledge a little bit to see if I was for real, or if I was just, you know, puffing out my chest but didn't really know anything. And he said to me, okay, so you have all this knowledge, after he had assessed that I actually knew what I was talking about. He was like, okay, so you have all of this knowledge, but what are you doing with it? And that voice of that elder has been an echo in the back of my head since that day, really. And I said to myself, you know, I do have a lot to share in terms of, I'd love to share whatever it is that I can. That's helped me along my journey in hopes that it will also help you. I am very transparent. I myself have overcome a really long addiction, a pretty bad eating disorder, to anorexia nervosa and then bulimia. It was for around 13 years. And then as I got older, I got help. And numerology and astrology actually really helped me understand myself and be more gentle and compassionate. So today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be using Pythagorean numerology, so the numbers 1 through 9, and I'm going to be emphasizing the number 1 and how you can use and harness this energy in your life just as emotional totems and as daily reminders of how wonderful you are and how you are here for a purpose. You have a greater purpose. I know sometimes if you're going through challenges, it doesn't seem like that's the case, but it is. Trust me. I myself have pulled myself up from the lower human struggles, almost kind of like the sewer, the lower human struggles, metaphorically speaking, the lower human struggles of addiction, of melancholy, of depression, of all those things. And I'm going to share you a framework that I used to get myself out of there. Number one thing that I always recommend to people is, of course, you take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm coming from a pure intention, and I only hope to inspire you to be the best you that you can be, but ultimately you're the one who decides who you are going to be. So I'm not here to tell anybody who to be because that's a little silly, but I want to share with you what I do know, the framework that I use from which to evaluate my life and to really get me going. Or as my mama used to say, get your ASS. She'd be like, you know what, Andrea? She refuses to call me Shebah. She won't call me Shebah. But that's okay because that's my mama. She can call me what she wants. She'll say, you know what, Andrea? You need to get your ASS in gear. Get your ass in gear. You know, sometimes we do need that. We need someone to say, hey, hello, what are you doing? You're awesome. You're brilliant. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're intelligent. You're a critical thinker. You're creative. You are a star. You're put here for a reason. And we're going to start with the number 1. And then if this goes well, I'll make other videos. Okay, so when we discuss numerology, we want to discuss the fact and the reality that life is a series of hills and valleys. And so we use these frameworks of working in the negative and working in the positive. Now, again, one of the things that I like to say to people is this world, obviously, clearly, we're living in it. We're sharing our experiences. And although our experiences may be very different, we can acknowledge certain truths and certain realities, and that this world, it's not ideal. It's not utopian. It's imperfect, clearly. I don't have to state the obvious, especially in light of all of the tragedies that have occurred. So when I say the negative attributes of this number, understand that sometimes we need to harness that quote-unquote negative energy to our advantage depending on the context. Yes. So the number 1 is all about leadership. Clearly, a lot of the definitions of the numbers are very intuitive. Number 1, working in the positive, you're creative, you're confident, you are a leader who serves, not through ego, but serves from the goodness of your heart, from the depths of your soul, because that is what you know to do. You are willing to take responsibility for your actions. You hold yourself accountable. You are, walking in the right direction, followed by light and clarity, by a balance of the mind, the body, and the soul. You are making decisions. You're decisive. And you're making decisions from a framework that is unwavering, meaning that you have integrity, you have dignity, and you will be put and or thrusted into leadership positions, because the energy of that one is the lone reed. It's the electron that goes out on its own, that's not afraid to say, hey, this is who I am, this is my identity, and I'm going to express myself. I'm not saying that it's an ass, but I'm saying that it makes no apologies, because it is very forthright. Couple keywords for working with the one energy, I'll say it again in the positive, is that you are a born leader who serves not through ego, but from the goodness of your heart. You are highly creative, highly intuitive. Again, one is associated with a lot of that fire energy, pulling from astrology from the first house, which is that Aries, that fiery, kinetic energy, that electric energy that wants to do. You always want those ones on your team, because another archetype for them is the knight. So they are ready and willing to go into battle if they need to. Okay, so that's in the positive. They're the best leaders you'll ever find. And if you find that you're lacking in leadership, you might want to use some of these keywords and maybe journal about them. Use some of these keywords and define them for yourself. For you, what does it look like to be a leader? Are you scared? Are you a leader inside, but you're scared of stepping up to the plate because you're concerned what other people will think? Who cares? You have to have experience. You have to make mistakes. Just get out there. Get out there, and but before you do that, make sure to have a dialogue with yourself about what is your value system. Okay, what really is important to you? For me, dignity is very important to me. Always maintaining my dignity and a level of emotional control, because I got that Scorpio moon. So you guys know that I can really bring it if I need to, and depending on the context, I want to sometimes mute that quality. Okay. So in the negative, ones can be super domineering, and I know because I have that energy in my chart. Very domineering, very aggressive, unnecessarily so. So domineering and not warranted. They can be megalomaniacs, very egomaniacal, very much obsessed with needing to be the leader. Very self-congratulatory, rather than being elected by a jury of their peers or being elected by their community, because they're unafraid and they're fearless and they have courage and they have the heart to emerge victorious and go through those challenges and those struggles. In the positive. In the negative, the one is they have false courage and false bravado. Maybe they're puffing up their chests a little bit, but they're not really about that life. That's mostly what comes to me. I know I'm talking a mile a minute. It's the one in the negative can be very domineering, and is domineering without due cause. Sometimes you need to take that dominant role, but it needs to be balanced with an understanding of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And again, I'm always going back to that framework. Consider your values. What are you really about? Do you challenge yourself to live your values every day? How are you doing that? As always, keep a dialogue with yourself. I've said it probably 3 or 4 times in this video. I'm going to tell you again, keep a journal, okay? Not every thought you have to share with everybody. You don't have to share every thought with everybody, but you do need to share your thoughts with yourself. Take some time to really consider how you feel. I'm about to sign off. Do the best that you can to harness this one energy in your life. There's a reason that I am talking to you. There's a reason that you clicked on this video. There is, maybe it's your spirit telling you that you need to consider the use of the energy one in your life. And do that. Do that for yourself. Remember, in the positive, one is the leader that is led by their heart and their soul, that is highly creative, very intuitive, and is always willing to do, has lots of energy, very enthusiastic. They're doers. In the negative, it's domineering energy that is ruled by a distorted sense of self-importance, and you want to check that. So that is my video for today, and let me know in the comments below if you want me to make any other videos on some specific numbers. And this is me signing off. I hope you had a great Friday. Today's Friday. Hope you had a great Friday, and do your best to live in love and be kind to yourself. Be positive. You deserve it. Trust me. Life is not promised. You're beautiful. You're amazing, and you need to know that. Much love, guys. Bye.